graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, guy who makes all those unlistenable podcasts over at smodcast.com, and you're listening to the Two Strangers, One Podcast. This is podcasting.
Excuse me, my eyes are up here.
Yeah, but your boobs are down there.
You're listening to the sexiest podcast on the internet. Two Strangers, One Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. For Android users, we are also available on the Stitcher app in the Play Store for Google. Now here's Chris.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
And we're actually Darrell free this week now. That's all.
Yes.
That's all
no
right.
more affirmative action.
All I'm saying is this isn't the friggin' I love the Toonami Faithful podcast, but next time anybody mentions anything about Toonami, I'm gonna fucking cut a finger off for each fucking mention. So everybody gets about 10 mentions and then it's it. I mean, I can understand when you're talking about your website, but I mean, god damn it, this is the Two Strangers One podcast. Now,
what did you not like us talking about Toonami?
Well, no, it's just like. Save that shit for the Toonami side of the podcast. But,
I had to go on a rant.
Yeah, no. Well, I guess that's a little different. Yeah, because you're good. And I guess that's shit you can't really discuss on that show. Cause,
No.
But like I said, we're not gonna talk about that right now. Actually, I'm in a fucking awesome mood right now because I just got back from seeing. I guess it's like a limited release because it ends tomorrow. Metallica. It's called Metallica Through the Never. It's a 3D concert movie. It's basically it's a concert movie for Metallica, but for some reason they felt like they had to wedge in this story about a kid who has to go pick up some stuff across town while Metallica's playing at a concert. And it was just, honestly, the whole story was fucking useless. I mean, it led to some awesome visuals because, Metallica's playing and what they did is, it's this super duper elaborate stage setup. And, coming from a guy who's seen Metallica fucking easily, and I'm not even exaggerating, about 25 to 30 times. They always have a great stage show, but this one was like almost every stage show put together for the past frickin' 30 years. And don't get me wrong, like I said, the story made no fucking sense. It was shot beautifully, and it was very, very visually interesting, but it made no sense. It had no solution, had no resolution. You never found out what the fuck was going on. They never explained why things happened. But other than that, it was a fucking awesome movie. So I'm on a high because to me Metallica's like a fucking religion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know a lot of people fucking bash them and shit like that, but I fucking rock the fuck out. Now, of course, we're recording this Wednesday night. I guess technically now it's Thursday morning. And I mean, I know it's a Wednesday night, but there was only 4 people in the theater. But, hey, it just gave me a chance to fucking, not embarrass myself in front of a room full of people, just in front of 3 other people. So I heard you're having some insurance problems.
Yeah, I'm having some insurance problems. As my new slogan is for State Farm, like a bad neighbor, State Farm ain't there. So remember how I talked about like that quote-unquote accident I apparently got into? They basically say it's an accident even though nobody got hurt. I didn't get any damage. So
it was an incident. It wasn't an accident.
It was an incident. So basically, here's the scoop. I'm working Monday, and I get this phone call. Mm-hmm. And I noticed what the number was, and I'm like, okay, this is probably State Farm calling me to tell me, okay, these are what the damages are, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Well, suffice to say, first of all, there's no major damage. Okay, I knew that.
Was anybody making a claim?
Yeah, the guy on the motorcycle is making a claim.
What? Okay.
So somehow... And Chris, even you are going to disagree with the estimate of this, and they haven't even given me the complete estimate. Mm-hmm. And then by what they have made the stupid estimate for, mm-hmm. Apparently it's over in minor damages. They said minor damages. Mm-hmm. It's valued at over $2,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Because you know what it is the mechanics when they see that shit, when they know it's an insurance claim, their fucking eyes light up.
Yeah. And here's my thing. Like, first of all, there's no damage to my car. So, obviously, right there, my insurance doesn't go up. Mm-hmm. But apparently, over a certain amount of money, that they're claiming, it's going to go up. Mm-hmm. So, the last couple days, I've been on the phone being like... Actually, first of all, when that guy said that, I said to him, I pretty much bitched him out. And I said, first of all, that's bullshit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's bullshit. There's no way I caused $2,000 in damage from him dropping his bike. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, he moved the bike, and they had me call and they recorded me, telling them how the incident occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And I even said in there, I said, he moved the bike. He moved the bike, even though it was just slightly that he moved the bike. It was a couple inches. That's scratches right there that I didn't cause.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to sit here and tell me that it's $2,000 in damages, I understand that these people do this for the living,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand that my guy from the insurance company made the estimate. But how do you come to over $2,000 in minor damages? Minor. We're not talking about
major. Have to replace. They're talking about replacing shit probably. With
we have to buffer, and there's some intricate parts. Fuck no.
Oh,
No. And like I said, I called my agent up and I'm like, look, I don't want to, I've been with you since I was 16 years old. I don't want to end up fucking leaving you,
mm-hmm.
but if they don't do fucking something about this and my rate goes up, I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to some other insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make you look, I'm already making them look bad on this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you supposed to be, you say that you're my insurance company, you're trying to take care of me. How is that taking care of me if you're going to say that's over $2,000?
Yeah.
I could understand maybe if it was $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about like $2,000 in damages. Over $2,000 in damages. You can go buy a used motorcycle for that amount of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting there going, are you serious here? Really? And the biggest part that pissed me off is the lady that I called when I called to give my affidavit, because that's what you have to do. They record you talking about what the incident was.
Your
why
deposition.
Right, deposition is the best word, I guess, to say. She said to me, she's like, yeah, from what you're telling me, I don't even see it being that much money, and I don't see it being like, your rate going up.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from that to over $2,000 in damages.
Jesus.
Okay. So basically, I'm at the point, and mark my words, it's on this podcast. If they fucking raise my rate, I may actually take a picture of it, put it up on the Facebook, and be like, guess what? Because you raised my rate this much, I'm going to Allstate. And by the way, this is how much I'm paying. Because
of State Farm, I'm gonna go over there.
Exactly. So I'm just like, it bothers me that I tried to do everything right in the situation, and I'm the one that's going to get fucked in the ass. Not to mention, I sent in my ticket, not guilty. I should be hearing back about that, and I'll probably bitch about that on the next podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to have to keep going in and out of court. I hope they just send me something that says, here, you pay this much amount of money, there won't be any points in your license, blah blah blah, and I'll do that, and that way it'll be over and done with, and I don't have to stress about it. Mm-hmm. But it's just. The biggest thing that pisses me off, Chris,
mm-hmm.
is these fucking people that take advantage of the system. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, if there's over $2,000 in minor damages, then that means that either A, this guy did something to his bike in between when it happened to me and when he sent it in,
mm-hmm.
when he took it to the insurance company and had them assess it, and B, what was the damage before this even happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently this guy had a conditional license. So let me get this straight. This guy had a conditional license.
Wasn't it like 11 o'clock at night or something like that?
No, it was like 7, 8 o'clock at night when it was dark.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay, but still, yeah. I think conditional licenses shit. I don't know the law.
I don't know the law either, and I'm sure it's probably because I think that's why he was trying to move his bike and get the hell out of there, because he needed to be home by a certain amount of time. But at the same time, I'm still like, it's like, you guys are supposed to be here for me. You're my insurance company. I pay you money, and you're telling me that it's over $2,000 in damages. Are you guys that fucking stupid that you can't tell that if it's over $2,000, there's probably something wrong with that situation?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I'll keep you guys up to date, but really, like, I'm serious. Like, if my insurance substantially goes up, if it goes up by $10, I'm not gonna really bitch about that. But if it goes up substantially,
yeah,
I'll be gone, and I'll do it right on the podcast.
Those fuckers are gonna do. It's like, what has happened to me in the past is like, let's just say something like $2,000 or whatever. Like, they'll spread out that $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you won't pay it up all the way, all of it up front, but you'll end up paying it month over month over month.
Well, it's almost like they made this estimate just so that they could get extra money from me. That's what it seems like. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's just like, you're just making your company look bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, I'm pretty much gonna be like I'm probably gonna call my agent tomorrow and be like, look. Actually, I'm probably going to go over there and bitch him out and be like, look, I know it has nothing to do with you guys, but I want a breakdown of what your estimate is. and then I'm going to take it to some place. I'm going to take it to a mechanic, a bike mechanic, and say, does this make sense? And if it doesn't make sense, you're going to go back and you're going to re-estimate it. And by the way, if you don't go back and re-estimate it, I'll leave immediately and take all my money and go to a different insurance company.
Yeah, like Chris Rock had a great bit where he's like, insurance is really, they should call insurance in case shit, like in case shit happens. Insurance, and if shit don't happen, shouldn't we get our money back? But that's how these fucking people make money.
That's why I'm saying, like, I'm like, Allstate is running this thing where, like, if you're a good driver and you don't get in any accidents, they actually give you money back. So I'm like, okay, well, guess what? I'm gonna probably go find Allstate and probably go with them, because honestly, like, State Farm is just, my agent is great. My agent has always been great, but the company itself, State Farm itself, this is like my first eye-opening experience, like, where I'm like, this is where now I'm starting to see how these companies fuck over, just regular people, because, you really want to sit here and tell me that it's over in $2,000 in minor damages.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not talking about major damages. We're talking about minor. I don't know how many times I gotta fucking say minor.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it was minor damages and it was over $2,000. I mean, maybe I'm hallucinating, but am I right here, Chris? Am I wrong about this?
No, it's there's all these insurance companies, and especially, like, I mean, I like to watch TV, and and all these companies, they fucking advertised. You watch certain shows, and I mean, I don't watch sporting events, but you see, like, every fucking commercial break, it's the same fucking commercial. It's the same 2 or 3 companies. It's the Allstate, the State Farm, Geico, Progressive, like, that advertising is not fucking cheap on sporting events. You know what I'm saying? And every fucking commercial, it's the same, like, 4 or 5 companies that are constantly fucking advertising, and that's coming out of the consumer's pocket for what? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
Fucking computer animated fucking geckos and cavemen and Flow and and the guy with the deep voice, Allstate, and the stupid, it's like a good neighbor, and that shit's been around, like that State Farm bullshit has been around. I mean, I remember that shit when I was a kid. The stupid, that stupid jingle,
Right.
And they try to be hip, and they have commercials now with, like, younger people, and and it's like they're trying really, really fucking hard, and it's disgusting.
Well, like, I do like the fact, like, Progressive, I believe it's Progressive. Like, I get so confused sometimes by some of these companies, but, like, for example, Progressive actually compares rates.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing, like, I will never go with Geico, for example, because what Geico does, and I don't think people realize this shit, is that they actually give you the lowest rate up front, and then what they do is they slowly raise your rate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a scam eventually, and that's what I've been told by multiple people, and I'm like, I'm good with Geico because I don't need that. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to get insurance, I'm going to get Allstate, because that to me sounds like a good insurance company to look at. And, like I said, if State Farm pisses me off, I mean, I have till March, because I'm paid up through March.
Mm-hmm.
I have through March of 2014 that I can go and start researching stuff, which I will. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to be like, look, you're my agent. You want to, if you want to keep me as a customer and you value me as a customer, since I've been here for 13 years, you're going to sit here and fight for me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't fight for me, then, no offense to you. I mean, thank you for all the years that you've been my agent, but peace out. I'm going to go to Allstate. You know what I mean?
I don't know what type of insurance you have. I have Progressive, and I'm one of those guys where I just need the minimum. I mean, luckily, I've been in a couple fender benders, and I ended up, sometimes I've had to pay out of pocket and shit like that. But it's like, I've never had a car nice enough to worry about people stealing it. I've never had never had a car nice enough where I need, like, all this extra coverage and shit like that. Basically, I'm paying these insurance companies because, like, well, recently, let's just say, Progressive. I'm paying Progressive just so I can have a piece of paper to pull out, like, when I get pulled over for a ticket or some shit like that, just so I can show the cop. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not doing me any favors. They're not, the only reason I have insurance is because the law, and that's, and it's kind of, not to kind of segue into another story, the whole deal with Obamacare. Everyone's flipping the fuck out over, companies having to have insurance, yet we're forced to have insurance for our cars. So I'm saying forcing someone to have medical insurance, that's not much different than what we're already doing with our cars. So I don't know. It's people just flipping the fuck out, and it's just,
Well, it's kind of funny because, like, I was thinking I was thinking about this the other day. Like, it really, what's going to end up happening is you're going to start to see State Farm. You're going to start to see like Allstate, all these insurance companies that already have all these other things are going to now have health insurance. And they're going to bundle everything together, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen that yet, but I'm 90% sure that's going to probably happen. And these companies, what's going to end up happening is these companies are actually going to be, it's going to get really cheap. I think that it's going to end up turning out to be a really good thing. Right now, I've heard like insurance, like the cheapest you can get is like 200 something per month, which is not the most cheapest thing out there, but
yeah, that's basically, that's about what I pay. I mean, a little less, not 200, but but then I hear people have, like, maybe it's a Rochester thing, but I've seen people like, I have friends that are like, oh, I pay $80 a month, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Who do I have to blow to fucking get my rates lowered to fucking $80 a month? It's, I mean, because right now I'm paying, honestly, quote, real talk, I probably pay like $180 a month. I mean, but I do like the 6
Is that through your employer, or is that through
That's just through, because like I said, I have Progressive, and it was one of those deals where, like, years and years ago I had this one called Trumbull Insurance, and I forgot, I don't even know how the fuck I hooked up with them, but like, I remember, like, and I wanted to switch companies, so I had called Geico, and I don't want to use the numbers, but whatever, but they gave me a quote, and I was like, oh wow, that's awesome, that's like hundreds of dollars less than what I was. Okay, and then I'm like, all right, put it through, and she goes, okay, yada 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 for 6 months, and I'm like, whoa, hold up. I said, 6 months? She goes, yeah, and she goes, and I thought that was for the year, and I'm like, I said, you guys are more expensive than Trumbull. You're quoting me something that I thought it was for the whole year when she said 6 months, and I was like, you double that shit. I said, no. I said, you know what, forget about that shit. And a friend of mine recommended me to Progressive, just saying, because I mean, it is, and trust me, it's not like I'm doing a commercial for Progressive, but you do everything online, as long as you have all your paperwork, and they're one of the few companies that it's like you could actually, like, you could scan something right in your house, shit. Even if nowadays everybody with their cell phones, you could take a picture of the fucking documents and email it to them. You know what I'm saying? And as long as it's clear enough for them to read, and I'm not pulling any kind of fucking scam, I like that some companies, because if you deal with some like bullshit more insurance companies, and you definitely deal with this when you're buying a house, all these companies want you to fax it. I'm like, who the fuck has a fax machine? What I'm saying? Fax machines don't fucking exist anymore. I like, when I bought my house, I had to go to the Staples up the road from where I used to live and fax shit from the Staples, and and it's like, really, you guys really like fucking faxing? Like, I can't just email it to you? And so that's the one thing I kind of like about Progressive. But like I said, this is no fucking endorsement for them, because I also recently I got the Snapshot. Everyone advertises, they keep pushing that, of course, with their advertising, jamming it down your throat. I said, fuck it, I'll go for the Snapshot. It's a little thing you plug into the little data port in your car, like when you go to the mechanic and he plugs something in, when your card has a code, when it says check engine, and they plug a thing in there and it says, check engine, and it gives them a code 80, and code 80 means your oxygen sensors and shit like that. So you plug it into that, and let me tell you, I kind of understand what that thing is about, but it's basically a little snitch. I mean, it keeps track of obviously when your car is on, how long you're driving. Now, the one thing is that Progressive made a big deal, is like, we want to let you know that we're not tracking your movements because there's no GPS device. Don't think we're tracking this. But it's basically like, it has the guts almost of like a cell phone, because at the end of the day, or on random intervals, it will update to Progressive. And here's the weird thing. If you stop short, or like, because if you drive fast, and then when you drive fast, you have to slow down real quick, there is like a motion sensor in there. Because when you stop the car kind of hard and shit like that, like, the thing beeps. It goes beep, beep, beep. And basically then, like a cell phone, it's calling Progressive and snitching on you. And then, like, I got an email saying, like, you're making too many abrupt stops. So, like, it sounded like a great idea, but this fucking Snapshot, you guys, it's basically you're all right, snitching, so don't go with Progressive.
All right, I won't do that.
Well, I have Progressive, so, like, like I said, it's one of those deals where, it's a necessary evil, and I got it, but, the Snapshot, it sounded like a good idea. My rates did go down just a little bit, but then I unfortunately I didn't pay my insurance for like a month, so then my whole policy went out the window, so I had to restart, and I had to send, and then these assholes, they make you send back the old snapshot just for me to get a new one. So, and actually I got the new one. It's sitting in my house in a box. I haven't even put it in my car yet, but I'm supposed to for my new policy. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I'm just being I'm too busy, between working and shit like that. So, I'm just throwing my 2 cents out there about Progressive in this snapshot. Even though Flo is hot, the girl that plays Flo, I don't know, there's something about, because she's not traditionally pretty, but there's something about her that's very sexy.
Well, it's probably because you need to get laid. But
I was about to say, maybe it's because I haven't had sex.
But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after commercial break. But I don't know. I think actually Allstate, or not Allstate. God, what is that? OnStar. OnStar is like that. Like if you do it through an insurance company, because OnStar kind of tracks some stuff for.
Well, OnStar straight up has GPS in it because like like if you get into an accident, they can and you're not responding, they can send a fucking they can call 911 for you.
Which one of the things that really pissed me off with and I said this to State Farm is that he fucking Darrell. He basically what would happen is they wouldn't give you like a break for that, and I'm like, but I'm paying for OnStar, which is not cheap by the way, for a year. And you're not going to give me like any discount for that? That's being a safe driver. That's me getting like services that I would normally have to pay through you to get as well. So why can't why can't you give me a discount if I buy that? Oh well, we just don't do that. I'm like, really? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, how many people have GM cars? How many people have that OnStar that they came out with that you can put on any vehicle? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's probably not as many, but still, like, OnStar is a really good company. Like, I used the navigation on that. That navigation thing is so awesome. Mm-hmm. I can't even tell you. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
But I'm a little like, it's one of those deals that we slowly give away our freedoms, and I definitely don't want to sound that kind of guy. But technically, the OnStar, if the ones that are built in the car, I know definitely have like a microphone because that's how you communicate with the operator. Now, allegedly, at any given moment, they can turn on the microphone. Whoever's at OnStar can turn on, because it was supposed to be like if your car gets stolen, they could turn on the microphone and listen to the car thieves in your car, maybe to help get some sort of idea of where your car is at, or and of course they can use the GPS and find out where your car is at. So It's one of those deals where like you're kind of giving up a little bit of your freedom, because at any given time, some fucking kid getting paid fucking minimum wage at the monitoring station, because that's all it is. It's some fucking it's some person. It's just some Joe Blow. It's not someone that gets like extra special training and like all like those house companies that like ADT and shit like that. I have friends that have worked at those companies where and that's different. It's not like they could turn on microphones, but it's just some fucking person. What I'm saying? You get the wrong asshole that wants to flip a couple switches and just listen to random fucking cars. I mean, I don't know. That kind of bothers me just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't want I don't want that discount if they're gonna sit there and be like, well, you shouldn't be driving this fast, or you shouldn't be braking this much. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm sorry. I can't like. Ugh.
And it's the same deal like with the new the Xbox that's going to be coming out, like I believe they're calling it the Xbox One.
Yes.
I believe, and once again, my facts could be a little distorted on this, but the Xbox One has it's like the Kinect is actually built in. Now, like my friend, and I've played with the Kinect at my friend's house, and I think it's one of those deals where you could leave it on all day and say like, "Hi, Kinect," or whatever the word is, and it'll like turn on your Xbox, which means technically the fucking microphone is on all day, waiting to hear somebody say, "Hello, Kinect." So I don't know. It's just that stuff like that just kind of bothers me. And I mean, here's a guy, I'm talking with a fucking microphone right in front of me. I have a laptop that has a webcam on it. At any given time, I'm pretty sure a fucking hacker can turn on my webcam or whatever the case may be. I know I'm pretty sure there's people who can do that. I'm not interesting enough for people to fucking spy on. But, it's just shit like that is like, and then plus, tracking your cell phone, the cell phone companies, there was, they say that, that they're, and even with Android phones that like, they kind of, it's one of those deals that like when you sign for like a Gmail account and shit like that, it's in the fine print where like, they can technically, they use it for quote unquote data gathering services, and it's not your personal information. But if if they like, oh well, if we have X amount of customers in the Rochester area, then they say they're using it for so they can gauge statistics on how much 4G is used in a certain city. I mean, and I understand that, but once again, in the wrong fucking hands, that shit is scary. The fact that, that they can track your phone and, I mean, don't get me wrong, we give up enough of our own lives. Here we are talking on a podcast. We're sharing our lives with the world. We share everything we do on Facebook and Twitter and fucking whatever. So, I mean, I understand we give up some of our freedoms, but...
Hey, my profiles are private.
But it's, it's like, it's one of those deals where, I understand we give up certain freedoms, but don't take my fucking freedom. You know what I'm saying? Allow me to give it up freely.
Well, it's the same. If you want to bring up Facebook before, and I'll say this before because I probably need to take a commercial break here, but, it's kind of like, you get these companies trying to look at your Facebooks and Twitter, for example. There's a reason why my Facebook and Twitter are private, because I don't want people seeing them. And if I say, fuck my boss at whatever job, I don't want, somebody to take a picture of that, send it to my boss, and then be like, my boss sits there and goes, oh, really, fuck you? Well, fuck you, you're done with your job. I mean, they can't they can't do that these days, but at the same time, I don't want to take that chance, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like when you have a coworker that's and I've had shit like this in the past where you'll have somebody, and saying the fuck you. Okay, fine. I've had coworkers in the past that, not necessarily like that, where they've done something wrong. And now the company or the boss or whoever, now they're looking at that person a little more closely than all the other employees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to look, they're going to look for your time card. They're going to look for, if you're goofing off on the job. So it's okay, fine. Let's just, hypothetical situation. You say fuck you to, I hate my boss. He's an asshole. And,
right.
And whoever it is from your company, if you work for a large corporation, they find out that you said fuck your boss. And all of a sudden they tell your boss, and fine, he's not going to fire you because you said fuck your boss on Facebook, but all of a sudden,
I'll put you down to one shift a week, and then
if you work a couple, you come in late once or twice or whatever, now when everybody else gets away with it like murder, then you're the one getting fucking Paul, you should come to work on time, and they put you on, they give you the notice and all this other bullshit. So it's an easily abused system in the wrong hands. And I don't know, this is supposed to be a light, funny show. What the hell? But yeah, we are about halfway through the show, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more dick and fart jokes.
Yay!
This episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast is brought to you by Comics Etc., 1115 East Main and North Goodman at the Hungerford Building, door number 8. Find out more information at comicsetc.biz or like them on Facebook at facebook.com/comicsetc1.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. You can leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back. Okay, so
Dick and fart jokes.
Dick and fart jokes. Well, actually, if there are any ladies listening to this show and you've come this far, because I
feel sorry for you, but continue.
So I am, I've been very busy at work. So, and plus, ladies, pay attention. I have a job. But basically, I am going to push what we were discussing in the last issue. Well, I guess it was last episode about dumping back in the dating pool. Looking for that special someone. So as of right now, I'm definitely going to do the Plenty of Fish thing just to see how that works, because I've seen people who've done it. I mean, I know it sounds weird. I'm actually not looking for like someone just to hook up and fuck. I mean, I'm kind of like past that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if the person is, cute, wants to fuck,
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that, Chris, piece of shit.
But I mean, I'm a serial monogamist. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those guys, when I'm with somebody, I'm with that person for a long time. I really, until the relationship goes bad, i.e. they cheat on me or something like that, I'm generally a really loyal guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, I have an ex-wife. Yes, I have a baby mama. And, for the beginning of those relationships, I was good and loyal and then all of a sudden, when things kind of went foul, and now don't be wrong, after things go foul, then it's all bets are off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if that's really attractive to the ladies, but I mean, if I don't know how to treat a good woman because I've never been with a good woman. So that's what I'm looking for. So basically, this is the show, Two Strangers, One Podcast. I do it. It would be really awesome if we had someone that was open enough to like share with the world, like, our dating experiences, just to kind of, I mean, if I'm going to put myself out there, I mean, fuck it, do something brave and put yourself out there.
Exactly.
I made a couple notes on, let's be totally clear on what I'm looking for. I am looking for a long-term relationship. I'm not looking for a fly-by-night, just to fuck kind of deal. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're down just to fuck, I mean, I'm probably not going to say no, but please,
no guy's going to ever say no if they're single.
Yeah. If you're down just to fuck, I mean, at least, make it worth my while. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not just going to fuck anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, you're not going
to do the South Park chef thing and make them put a paper bag over their face.
Oh yeah. Cause I've and not me personally, but I've had friends that will like purposely, they'll go out to like a bar with the intention of, I'm bringing home somebody tonight. You know what I'm saying? And of course, they start maybe not with the most attractive girls in the bar, because usually those are the like also very stuck up. But like, they go out with the intention of, I'm bringing somebody home to put my, I'm looking for a wet hole to fucking stick it in. And that's all, they don't care if the girl is 500 pounds. They don't care if the girl has one leg. They don't care if the girl has no teeth. That's what I'm not looking for. I'm not looking to just hook up just because, you got on your back and fucking spread your legs. That's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for a long-term relationship. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, like, what I've seen on there, like, I was actually telling my girlfriend about this tonight. Like, there are some girls on Plenty of Fish that they're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, but it's like a fucking checklist of things that they want from a guy. And I said to her, I was like, they might be the most gorgeous thing in the whole world, but at this point in my life, I'm like, I don't want somebody that controls me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it would be one thing, like, if they emailed me and be like, hey, your profile looks good. Did you want to talk, chat sometime? That's one thing, but like, if for me to email them, not really gonna happen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like you get these girls, like, and dude, this is the biggest thing. Like, and I have to say this because me and you are both in the same situation. We both have kids,
mm-hmm.
and the problem is these girls are like, oh yeah, I don't have a problem with you having a kid. Blah blah blah, bullshit. The minute that you say that you have a kid, like whether it's on the first date or in the next couple dates, all of a sudden they have this disconnect and they're like, I don't really want to be around you anymore. And it's like, and I'm talking about the girls that don't have kids, and they're like, it's probably one of those ones that has a laundry list. You know what I fucking mean? And it's just disappointing because it's like you can get to know me as a person and then get to know my kid, because who knows, I could be the one that you're actually looking for, but because I have a kid, you'd want to eliminate me from even being a possibility, it's like, fuck you. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if they're like that, then fuck them. They're not worth your time,
Exactly.
Let me see. So I mean, obviously, those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So I'm not one of those like kind of checklists like saying you can't have kids because my baby mama had a kid before. I've dated a couple girls that had kids and stuff like that. So it's not.
Should I have this list down?
What was that?
Should I be writing this down?
Actually, I mean, I have it down on my notes, but
okay.
but I'm kind of just putting it more in the audio format. So because I'm hoping that I could get it down here. So then if someone like happens to find this and listens to the podcast, they can go okay, and they hear my voice and they see what I'm about. And of course, I mean this.
By the way, ladies, my name is Paul. I'm not Chris.
Yeah.
Get this straight. I have a girlfriend. I love her very much. Hi, baby. No,
we're trying to get me hooked up, not Paul, just me.
Oh no. I've already found the love of my life. I'm good, thank you. Which I found out calling a Fisher, ironically, but anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean, you lucked out. You know what I'm saying? I just, I'm I've been single for a while, and basically,
How long have you been single? Actually, that's a good question.
What's that?
How long have you been single?
I mean, I guess it's one of those complicated terms. I mean, I guess technically I've been single. I've been without somebody significantly in my life, I would say, since like December of last year. But that, if anyone who goes back a couple episodes, that doesn't mean I haven't had sex. I mean, the last time I had sex was back in July, but but I haven't had anyone significant in my life since December. I can take I will retake whatever sex, HIV test or whatever. But my last one, which was taken around my birthday in June, I was clean. I'm all willing to take another STD test if necessary, or obviously, understand, not necessary, probably is necessary. But I will, just throwing that out there. Let me see. Also, I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone that, okay, I guess just to kind of paint the picture of me. Yes, I have a job. It is a full-time job. It does take up a bit of my time. But I get out of work at around 9:30, so basically in the evenings I'm free. Unless I fucking have to open the next day, and that sucks. I mean, I guess I could technically be free, but I'm probably not going to be going out partying on a night if I have to open the store the next morning. Let me see what else. I do have a car. It's not the prettiest car in the world, but it gets me where I got to go, and it'll get you where you got to go. I got my it sounds weird when I say I got my own apartment because I do have a roommate, and she is a girl, but she is in a committed relationship. I'm friends with her and her boyfriend. So don't worry about any kind of hanky panky going on because she does her thing, whatever. That's not right.
Threesome.
I mean, I respect what I have nothing but respect for the relationship. So yes, I live with a woman, but don't worry about any kind of hanky panky fooling around because she's in a committed relationship. And I know her boyfriend. I'm not one of those guys. And plus, if there was anything even slightly like that, he'd slit my fucking throat. So I'm not, just letting people know that yes, I live with a person, but it is a purely roommate relationship. Saying like we barely see each other. Saying we kind of
right.
We see each other for like 30 seconds and we kind of just run down. Hey, okay, this has got to get done. Okay, I paid the cable bill. Okay, did you take care of the gas and electric? And so just so so people don't feel awkward or whatever. Yes, I have a female roommate, but don't worry about anything like that. Let me see what else. I would prefer that you had a job.
Wait. They have to have a car.
You know what?
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of girls on POF do not have a car. Now, I'm going to say this because my girlfriend's going to be like, hey, I don't have a car. Well, the situation with my girlfriend is different than her not having a car because she couldn't bring the car that she had in PA with her. Mm-hmm. So... but
I've honestly, seriously, except for like recently, I've probably, I don't think I've ever dated a girl that had a car until, I was seeing someone a couple months ago and that was, but that was just kind of like a brief thing. And she had a car. And honestly, every other woman I've ever been with, and I'm 36 years old, I've never been with a woman with a car. Yeah. So I'm used to being the chauffeur, driving Miss Daisy,
The last two girls that I the girl that I dated at the beginning of the year, she had a car. And then the girl that I was actually in a relationship with, had a car too. But it was, I don't even want to get into
Yeah,
that.
well, it's not a requirement for me. I mean, that's of all the things on the list. I mean, you brought it up. I don't necessarily mind. Once again, I'm a loyal guy. I don't mind being the chauffeur. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't drink, so I'm an awesome fucking designated driver. I would prefer that you don't do drugs, and if you did drink, that it was limited. Like,
Don't be doing it in front of my kid.
well, I mean, to me, when I did drink, drinking was always one of those, it's something you did at the end of the week because, hey, fuck it, you made it through the week, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, so now I understand people's schedules are different, but when somebody says, oh, today is my Friday, and it's a fucking Tuesday,
right?
Meaning they're going to have Wednesday and Thursday off. If it's a Tuesday night and you have Wednesday and Thursday off, or you just have Wednesday off, because nowadays jobs, they'll just give you one day off, 2 different days of the week. If it's Tuesday night and you're off Wednesday and you want to get fucking plastered that one night out of the week, fine. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those deals where, if I don't mind drinking. I understand you need a release. Everybody needs a release. Everyone needs something, to either.
Oh, I need a release. Oh, right.
But as long as it's not a fucking lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people that the lifestyle, it's just a drinking lifestyle. Like if everything you do revolves around going to a bar, going to your friend's house to drink, having your friends over to your house to drink, I'm not down for that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if your whole lifestyle revolves around every social event has to involve some sort of alcohol, just forget about me. Just fucking write me right off. You know what I'm saying? And and I hate girls that get fucking fall down drunk. Girls who get girls who get drunk and then now they want to start fights with everybody, in hopes that you're going to be the one to save their ass. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of girls get very fucking brave when they're drunk, and and it's like, yeah, you're brave because people are going to come and protect you. Yeah,
they get like this guy that's like 7 foot tall. Yeah, you can kick his ass, baby. You can kick his ass. I would be like, bitch, I don't love you that much.
So if you're one of those fall down drunks or whatever, just fucking forget about this podcast. Turn it off. Go away. I don't need that fucking headache. And I understand, nowadays things are a little different. If you do not have a job, you have to, I'm sorry, this is a requirement. You have to have a clean house. You know what I'm saying? If you are not working, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, unless you're fucking taking care of an invalid family member, you know what I'm saying? Unless you have one of those deal situations. If you don't have a fucking job, you will at least have a clean home, meaning, that your priorities and your energies are elsewhere as opposed to sitting home all day watching a fucking Jerry Springer and, talking to your homegirls all day on the phone, so just wanted to get that out there. Once again, I don't mind if you have kids, but I will prefer that you don't have any kind of fucking baby daddy drama. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to be anybody's father. I'm not looking to threaten any guy, I'm going to take his places.
Been there and done that.
If you have a baby daddy, let him know that I'm not looking to take his fucking place. I got a kid of my own. I'm not looking to make him look bad. I'm not looking to, get in the way. I'm not going to shit talk about him because I'm not that kind of person. Don't get me wrong. You start shit with me, then we're going to have a problem. But, I'm not going to just make life hard for you because you happen to have kids with the girl that I'm with now back in the past and you two aren't together anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if everybody could just get together and hold hands and fucking,
Kumbaya, my lord.
Yeah, if we could, I mean, not that I want to hold any guy's hand, but you know what I mean? It's just, if we can all just get along, it would be great. I know it sounds weird. As much as I had drama with my baby mama, I don't have baby mama drama. I've had drama with her, but that was our own personal relationship.
That's one subject I won't talk about on this podcast. Anything involving my baby mama. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, our drama was between us, and we're not together anymore. So everything's hunky dory. You know what I'm saying? Everything's wonderful. Our lives are wonderful now that we're not together anymore. But I don't have baby mama drama, and you don't have to worry about that. Once again, I'm a single dad, so you kind of have to understand that. I love my daughter. When my visit time is, when I have my visit time with my daughter, it's very important to me. It's one of the few things that keeps me going. So, I mean, my, daddy-daughter time is very important. And don't get me wrong, then there'll be Chris and you time. So, and when Chris and you time happens, That'll be important also.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not always about getting a nut off, but in the immortal words of Zach from Zach and Miri Make a Porno, Kevin Smith will be, I eats the pussy. So no.
Oh God.
So I'm just pussy eating right, I'm the guy, I've been complimented several times on my cunnilingus skills, but
All right, back to your dating. Wait, I dare you to put that on your dating profile. That'd be kind of funny, actually. By the way, I eat pussy very good.
I eat pussy very well. I'm a fat guy. Fat guys eat better pussy. It's just it's a known fact.
Plus, you're Puerto Rican.
And I'm Puerto Rican. Yes, I'll eat that shit. I'll throw a little sazon on that motherfucker. We'll be all right. But yeah, I mean, I guess technically, being Puerto Rican, but like I've said before in the past, I'm what they would consider Sorta Rican. I'm Puerto Rican, but it's only really because all four of my grandparents come from the island. I'm not super, I don't listen to salsa music. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to cook Spanish food. I do cook. I cook very well. I've been complimented on my cooking. Also taste in music is very important. Now I've been with some girls that don't care. They don't, some people, I don't know how someone is not into music or, into a certain genre of music or anything like that. If you're one of those people, it's awesome. If you could at least tolerate my love for heavy metal music, it's not that I blast it. It's not, but if I'm driving in my car, I like to listen to heavy metal. I don't play it up at obnoxious levels. I just, I'm kind of, I just like, because on the flip side, like listening to other people's music, some of that shit just drives me nuts. I absolutely can't stand dance hall. Or what people call today, they call it reggae, but it's not reggae, it's dance hall, all that new shit, the reggae is fucking like rock and roll. That's good shit. Not, not that repetitive bullshit. That's dance hall. It's just because it comes from Jamaica, just doesn't automatically make it reggae. And I cannot stand fucking freestyle music. That dance music, it was very prevalent in the early 90s, and it's still kind of around today. If you're into that, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you want to listen to it on your own time or whatever, but please don't come in my car with your fucking, your little Susie CD or I don't know. There's a million of those artists from this, people from my generation. I'm a little older than you, Paul, but in the early 90s, it was freestyle music. It was very prevalent in the Hispanic community. I don't listen to that, I don't necessarily, I mean, I can tolerate certain things, but like freestyle, dance hall, shit like that just irritates me. Now on the plus side, if you have a taste for classic rock, you have a taste for just rock and roll in general, that's good. Now, if you're talking about that not new, but relatively new emo, screamo, My Chemical Romance and all that other bullshit, that's not, don't think because I say I like heavy metal that I'm going to like fucking 30 Seconds to Mars, because if you do, you're fucking sadly fucking mistaken, and I love it when like there's certain people, I've when I deal with people and say I like heavy metal, and they're like, oh, I love Green Day, and I'm like, no, you don't understand, so it's I mean, I kind of like rap metal, if that makes any sense. I mean, I know that's kind of a stupid genre of music, and I appreciate it for its stupidity, but so to me, music is very important. Don't be wrong, it's not like I'm shutting the fucking door down and saying I can't listen. And plus, like you've mentioned earlier, Paul, girls who drive. If I am a passenger in your car, we can listen to your music, because that's kind of my rules. If we're in my car, we're going to listen to my music. Not that I'm fucking Hitler on the fucking radio dial, and I'm not going to say, no, we're not going to listen to your music. But, if you're into kind of irritating music, then you could just, I don't know, you bring your iPod or whatever and put in your headphones, and you can listen to that in the car. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm ready to talk, I'll wave my hand to get your attention, which is sadly something I've done in the past. And then, so just like I said, music is kind of important, as in, if you can't tolerate what I like, and I'm not going to tolerate what you're like, hopefully, I don't know if we're going to get along. What else? I can't think. What other priorities would I be looking for? I'm a good cook. It would help if you're a good cook. My ex-wife was a chef, for Christ's sake.
Dude, let me. That's something actually that we should talk about. Like, women these days, like, and it's probably, the younger the woman is, the less likely that they know how to cook. But there's a lot of women that don't know how to cook, man. Like it's really weird. Like I sit there and I go, what the fuck, man?
It's the people have just dropped the ball, man. Like it used to be, and I know I know I sound like bipolar because part of me is very traditional, as in, it would be nice if you knew how to cook and knew how to clean. But then again, I guess for years since I've been cooking for myself and cleaning for myself, I don't mind cooking and cleaning for myself. But, it would be nice if you did it. It would be nice if you helped me out. I'm not, I'm tired of being everybody's daddy. You know what I'm saying? I've been in relationships, unfortunately, where I'm more of a daddy than a fucking boyfriend or a husband. And that is not healthy. You know what I'm saying? I need a partner, not a second child, so. I don't know. There is a whole generation, but then that's what kills me is that, they'll want like the traditional marriage. They want that traditional, I'm a princess for a day and, blow tons of money. But then when all of a sudden, then they don't want to be a traditional wife. You know what I'm saying? And I know that makes me sound very, very chauvinistic and I know that it's just one of those deals where like, if you want one thing, then, there's a whole package, or people like my ex-wife, she eventually took my name and not eventually. I mean, she took my name before we were married, but we were debating over it. And I said, look, when I gave you that fucking ring, I just bought your last name. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with
that ring. That's what, with that ring I bought, and I know that sounds horribly old-fashioned, but then the women, they hear these women who want an old-fashioned relationship. You'll see women that they'll see an old couple. You see a couple in their 80s and they're holding hands, and you see the girls like, oh, that's so sweet. You think that'll be us? Yeah, but that woman that was with that guy kept a clean house, kept him fed, didn't fuck around, life wasn't about hanging out with her friends. You know what I'm saying? She was dedicated to him as he was dedicated to her. So, if you want that traditional shit, you have to act traditional. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind being, bringing home the bacon. I don't mind taking care of somebody, but it's a two-way street. You better fucking take care of me. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I've had too many relationships where it was a one-way street where I'm taking care of somebody and I'm not getting, and what do I have to show for it nowadays? I have nothing to fucking show for it. There's no, you know what I'm saying? It's just a fucking wasted time.
Yeah, and the other thing, like, oh God, like, for example, like my girlfriend, I guess I talk about her a lot because, obviously I love this girl, but like one of the things that's wonderful about her is she's like really traditional. Like she likes to take care of people. She's the kind of girl that like wants to, like, for example, if we go out to a restaurant, she won't let me pay for everything. Mm-hmm. She won't let me do that. And I'm kind of sitting there going, I don't know if I like this. Cause for me growing up, like I was like, okay, well you pay for the girl's meal because, you want to be a gentleman. You want to take the girl out for dinner. And like I was talking to somebody at my job that I'm working at, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my girl pays for her half of the meal, and I pay for mine." I was like, "You guys have been together for a while, haven't you?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "So what you're saying is you got a good woman?" He's like, "I guess so." Because I guess like the one thing that I want to put into this too, like, first of all, no, if you want to date. Mm-hmm. Date. Don't be on that fucking thing like saying like, oh yeah, I want to date somebody, and then turn around and be like, no, I just want to be friends. No. You start that bullshit, I'm gonna pull you off of Chris in like 2 seconds. Because I've been through that shit, and I ain't letting any of my soldiers go through any of that fucking shit.
If you want to be treated like gold, you better be fucking gold.
and number two, don't be talking to any other guys at the same time. Like if you guys get in a relationship, mm-hmm. Don't be talking to somebody else telling them that you love them. I had that shit happen with the last one that I dated before Kelsey, and no. I will not let anybody that I know go through that bullshit too. Because you know what? Hey, if you don't want to be with somebody, first of all, if you don't want to date, don't date. If you want to fuck around with a bunch of guys, go fuck around with a bunch of guys. But number two, if you're with somebody and you say that you love them, don't tell that to another fucking person. Because that shit fucking pisses me off. Especially after the last bullshit that fucking girl did. I will not let anybody that I know go through that bullshit.
Yeah. It's just... Yeah. And like I said, I honestly, I can sit here and say, and it's sad, one of those deals, with being single and everything like that and really assessing my life. I haven't been with, obviously, if I was with someone worth being with, I would still be with them. You know what I'm saying? I've never thrown away a good woman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Like this one, the one that I have right now, like Like I sit there and I'm like, no, this one's not going anywhere. I'm like, no, because this one, like I said, it is hard to find a woman like Kelsey, who I'm dating right now. Like, it's hard to find a girl like that. And people can make fun of me, like, yeah, we have she's 9 years younger than me. Here's the sad part: she's 9 years younger than me, and she's 10 times better than the girls that are around my age. I mean, that's fucking sad, people. That's fucking sad. And we're talking about girls that sit there and go, "Oh no, it's either one." Here's the thing that would piss me off: is it's either A, girls would want you to make the food, cook it yourself, or B, oh, I just put everything in the microwave. It's like,
fuck no.
I'm like, what? No. Or C, we're just gonna go out for food all the time. Bitch, I don't got that much money.
Yeah, and shit. If you're paying, hey, what I'm saying. If you're a girl and you got a career and you got good money coming in and you want to live like that, I'm fine. I'll be more than happy to eat on your dime. But if like I said, I consider myself a very decent cook. And I would, obviously I don't really cook much for myself now, only because being single, being a bachelor, like my job situation has recently just gotten a lot better. I mean, before I was unemployed for the past year. So don't be wrong, right now I do live on a bachelor's diet. You know what I'm saying? I will fucking just crack open a fucking can of SpaghettiOs and eat it, only because I'm just feeding myself and I'm just eating to fucking stay alive. But if, when the time, and and my roommate can attest, I've cooked, I can and I have and I will cook fucking full ass meals. But then again, I expect that in return, as in, if I'm cooking fucking beef stew one day, I'm not going to eat a fucking Hungry Man dinner the next because, that's what you're making. If I'm putting effort in, I'm looking for a partner, I guess is the best way to put it. Because I've never had a partner. I've never had anyone trying to meet me halfway. It's always been an uneven split where I'm the one losing, on the losing end.
Yeah. Like, that's kind of what, like, I guess, like, what I want is I want somebody I hate sounding like a sap fest here, but what's good about my girl is like it feels like a 50-50 relationship. That's always what I've wanted. I wanted a 50-50 relationship. Like, I actually feel like I want to take care of this girl, not like get the fuck away from me kind of thing. Like, she'll test. I've taken care of her a couple times. Like, that's the kind of girl I want. I want somebody like I want to be able to take. I want to feel like I want to be that good guy that actually does those kind of things, like takes care of his woman, that does things for his woman. Unlike, these bitches out there that are just like, well, I like that shirt, you're going to buy that shit for me. No, you're going to buy it. No, you're going to buy that or I'm going to break up with you. See ya, bitch. Oh, by the way, you're going to have to take a taxi home. See, like I said, this girl, like this is exactly what you want to find, Chris. Like, the girl that I have right now is exactly what we need to find you. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think you're gonna find. I got lucky. I got real fucking lucky. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think you're gonna find somebody like that in POF, but
I'm just gonna give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Just to, and at least anybody who sat through this will, kind of, under at least get a fucking nice, honest view of where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So she would know right then and there. And my intentions are like, I can't get any more real than, everything I just said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to play games. I'm not looking to fuck around. I'm not looking to fuck 50 fucking women. And obviously, if I'm doing this shit on POF, obviously, I'm probably in this first period, I'll probably be meeting some girls. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but then again, I'm not going to be telling a girl, I'm not going to play the bullshit where like telling someone they're special and they're the only one while I'm seeing other people behind their back. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm at a period right now where I am going to be quote unquote playing the field, but I will not be putting anyone's feelings in jeopardy or anything like that because I've been there. I've been the one who's been taken advantage of, and I'm tired of the fucking bullshit. And and the girls, please don't fucking make promises if you're not gonna fucking deliver. That's like I said, I'm I'm putting it all out there. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I can offer. This is what I'm looking for. And I don't mind helping. I don't mind taking care of somebody. I don't mind helping them out. But you got to help me out and be a partner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do the podcast. I mean, obviously that's a bit of a priority. I like to, don't get me wrong. I like to play video games, but you know what I mean? Ladies, would you rather have a guy who's fucking playing video games or a guy who's out fucking chasing tail or hanging out with fucking homeboys and getting high and drunk?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm playing GTA 5, all you have to do is look in the living room. That's where I'm going to be at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll probably
By the way,
a digital hooker, but
digital hooker. But I mean, it's. That's another thing. Like, girls these days, like, and I hope we don't go over our time too much, but like, I almost feel like girls these days just like want these assholes. And it's one thing to have, in our case, a girl with a nice body, with the perfect face, the perfect boobs, the perfect, butt, everything. But it's another thing to have that woman actually have that personality that clicks with you. You know what I mean? That makes, like, I guess the best thing that I can say is, like, you want to find the perfect woman, but you want to find the perfect woman for you. You know what I mean?
Like
There's no right. There's no like
there's no perfect woman.
Yeah, there's no perfect
woman would probably hate me. I need someone just as fucked up as I am. And I mean, and I think I'm pretty open-minded. I think I'm pretty forgiving. I think I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty.
That didn't sound right at all.
And, I'm looking for a woman my size so I can wear her clothes. No, I'm kidding. Totally fucking kidding. I don't go like that.
I actually when I was dating, there was this one girl that said to me, like, first of all, she had a bunch of tattoos, and I hate girls with like tattoos all over their body. I'm just like, not really attracted to that.
And I'm the opposite. I find fucking tattoos so sexy. But go on. I'm sorry.
But then, like, she said to me she doesn't like black people, and I went, yeah, this girl's not gonna work out. I'm like, if you're gonna be that ignorant about these kinds of things, it's like, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. My ex-wife was black, so I'm pretty open-minded. I mean, I guess I don't know, and I guess when it comes down to ethnicity, race, I don't care. I mean, right. I'll admit, and anyone, if any girl goes back and listens to the episodes, I am a bit of a New York City snob. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I am originally from New York City. It's my home. It was where I was raised, and I don't know any better. So I mean, Rochester. Even don't get me wrong, Rochester has become my home. But I do, I will wax poetic about fucking shit that and it's like everything else. Like when you were a kid, you thought every cartoon was the greatest, but if you watch it now, you realize it was fucking shitty. But so it's kind of like race, ethnicity, that shit don't matter to me. I mean, not that I don't want a religious girl, but ideologically, I don't know if she'll want to be with me because I'm not super religious. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't be wrong, on holidays and if it's that important to you, I will make an effort to go to church with you. But I will go, and I'm not gonna soil your day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not exactly a church going type. But I like I said, I don't have anything wrong with a person being religious, but I think they may have a problem with me. I like to curse. I like to say rude things. I like to be mean. Now I'm very around family and stuff like that. I can be very respectful. Parents always love me. Parents fall in love with me. I've had ex-girlfriends tell me after we broke up that their parents told them, why aren't you with Chris anymore? You should still be with Chris. And so, I'm very respectful of the parents, but I mean, in my personal life or whatever, I curse a lot, I swear a lot, I say rude things a lot, not necessarily to the person I'm with, but even when I talk to my mom, I was raised in a household where my mom, I can, as long as I wasn't cursing at my mom, what I'm saying, I could say, oh, I saw this fucking guy or whatever, and my mom wouldn't flip out. Now if I said, oh mom, what the fuck, now that's a different story. What I'm saying, if I'm saying I don't curse at people, but I do curse when I'm conversing. So if that's out of your league, or if that makes you a little uncomfortable, don't get me wrong. I mean, who knows? Maybe we could compromise. Yeah, you come, you address me and say, "Hey, Chris, this language is a little too salty for me." Then I could maybe see if I could tone it down. What I'm saying? Once again, if you want to be treated like gold, then be gold. Don't just shine and shimmer and pretend like you're fucking gold. If you're gold, I will treat you like gold. And once again, like ex-girlfriends, I've had ex-girlfriends say leaving me was a mistake. The next guy and this and that, and now I have a kid with them and it's not working out. But hey, they made a decision, I didn't. Like I said, when I'm with someone and I'm in that happy honeymoon phase and they haven't done something wrong, I'm very, very loyal. Okay, that being said, we never got to any dick and fart jokes, but
no dick and fart jokes. Well, that was an interesting conversation, and if girls don't get it by now, well, you all can go fuck yourselves. So,
and if you don't like, pass this episode on to your single friends. If the girls, if you have a single friend, you have that one girl that's kind of shy and doesn't really socialize or whatever, just kind of like, get in contact. You can reach us at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. If you want to, if you just want to, just maybe make the initial contact and hey, if you want to talk for a little while and just do the whole internet thing, please, no fucking catfish. Don't send me a picture of your sister or your cousin or fucking a picture of Jessica Alba. Don't send me those pictures telling me it's you. Be fucking genuine. I'm being genuine. My pictures are all over the fucking internet. There's very little about me that's fucking secret or hidden or anything like that. So, just please, no catfish. And please, guys, don't do anything stupid like, don't make a fake profile and fucking, then I go and I meet you and it's some fucking dude. So that being said, damn, and I still haven't gotten the website up. Actually, I'll probably get the website up before I actually put the profile, only because I want the girls to have something to kind of see and visit and get an idea what the hell's going on. Even though the old archived episodes are definitely not going to be all the way up because that takes a lot of time. But I'll get the links to our Facebook and just for the people, if this is the first episode you listen to, we are on iTunes. Just search for Two Strangers One Podcast. If you don't have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, you can find us on the Stitcher app. That's STITCHER. That's the Stitcher app on in the Google Play Store if you have an Android device, Android tablet, Android phone, all those wonderful deals. Of course, one of the things that pretty much gets updated with everything new with the show is Facebook.com/Two Strangers One Podcast. By the time this episode comes out, hopefully the website 2s1p.com. That's not a porn site. It's our site.
2s1p.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dirty. But hopefully by the time, if you're hearing this, that'll be up. But basically, it's all the stuff you can get on the Facebook page. There'll be links to Twitter and eBay. And right now, I don't have anything on eBay because I'm too busy working. I'm too busy with a real friggin' job to sell my shit on eBay. And that's about it on my end. So you can mention Toonami now. Not I understand that's your gig. I don't want to be like that, but I'm just saying that's your gig, and I appreciate and understand it. But just
I brought that. The only reason I did that last week was because I had to get that shit off my chest. That was like, this was my only forum where I could actually be like, fucking pieces of shit.
And actually, real quick, and hopefully I haven't offended any of the Toonami faithful listeners, but I did watch the first episode of Attack on Titan. I downloaded all the episodes on the internet or whatever. The first episode was fucking awesome, except the fact that I'm not a big fan of reading. I like reading, but you
don't like subs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of subtitles.
We'll see, and I will say this: one thing that people don't understand about me is like I don't like subs, and I don't like one misconception about me, and I will mention Toonami once.
No, that's different. Now we're at the end of the show. It's all right.
Yeah, basically, like I like to wait until like these anime show up on like Toonami so that I can get that experience from Toonami. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then when that happens, I get to see it, as an English dub, and it's a better experience for me. So
yeah, because I love the some of the translations are a little rough. You get the idea of what they're saying, but you're reading it, and while you're reading the next line, you're still trying to process the last line.
Yeah,
you kind of get the idea of what they're trying to say, but
right.
It's almost like a literal translation. Like no one's even tried to localize it for the United States. Like they just straight up just put the exact Japanese translation, which makes the character sound a little awkward. But the anime was good, and actually a coworker of mine lent me Gans.
Gans?
Yeah, Gans.
Oh, that is violent as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
If you talk to Jose about that, Jose will be like, "Oh, you need to fucking watch this."
Well, no, and so just to kind of get a little Toonami faithful cred, and not that I'm putting it down. I'm just saying is that's that's there and here's here. But what I'm saying. So I started watching the first episode of Gans. I saw the first episode of Attack on Titan. I'm very fucking interested. So who knows? Maybe someday I'll be able to have a more further in-depth conversation for anime people. But I mean, my geek credit is good in everything else. I mean, my geek credit is awesome in Star Wars, Star Trek, DC Comics, Marvel I'm into, but more of the Marvel movies than the comics. What I'm saying, I've played Dungeons and Dragons in the past. I'm a full-on fucking geek. So, like I said, but my anime was always kind of lacking.
What we should do is, and I'll talk. Actually, I'm not going to actually talk as much about Toonami tonight. Actually, I get some. I'm starting to get more anime in to review for Geeky. Mm-hmm. So, maybe what I'll do is I'll be like, you know what? Instead of me watching it here, I'm just going to go over to Chris's. We're going to watch this shit. And then get somebody else's opinion that's a non-anime fan, because it's always fun. It's one thing to get somebody that's watched anime, different kinds of anime, to watch it, but it's another thing to have somebody that doesn't watch anime a lot,
a virgin,
to actually, a virgin, so to speak, to watch these anime and be like, oh, you know what, dude, this is actually a good series, because then that means, okay, this series is actually good, rather than what my opinion is, or for example, Jose has thousands upon thousands of anime. He has his own opinion about things, and he's
probably gonna instantly like it just because.
Right, he'll either instantly like it, or he's gonna instantly be like, "This is a fucking piece of shit. Don't ever buy it." So, but anyways, let me get into my shit so we can get out of here.
Okay.
You can find me at Pulpuscrillo on Twitter. My last name is spelled Pescrillo. My account, like I said in the show, it is private, so if you want to add me, you can follow me, and if I like your Twitter account, I will let you join my Twitter account. I only do that because there's a lot of spammers out there, and I don't like spammers, and I don't like fucking trolls, so what I tend to do is just screen people, so... Also, you can find me, obviously, and I'll say this once because I've said it 50 times, you can find me on another podcast, the Toonami Faithful Podcast, podcast.toonamifaithful.com, and we're still trying to figure out the Stitcher app for some odd reason. I don't know why, I have no fucking idea, but apparently Jose has submitted, and for some odd reason, they're not getting back to him, so Stitcher, if you're listening to this, get back to Jose! Anyways, but the real thing that I want to push tonight, because you guys have heard everything about Toonami Faithful and everything, is we actually went to New York Comic Con. We have a bunch of different interviews. We have 2 interviews and a panel up as we speak right now. One is the Evangelion panel that took place at New York Comic Con. Also, we have an interview with Mike McFarlane. He's the one that did. He's the ADR director of the Evangelion series so far. The movies.
Wow. Okay.
So they're not long interviews because New York Comic Con, you kind of got to do these interviews fast because you got to get these interviews as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
We also got an interview with Ashley, and I have to look it up real quick. But. The woman that plays Ahsoka on Star Wars: The Clone Wars, we got her as well.
Oh, okay. So now you're talking my language. Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
It's up right now, actually. It's up on ToonamiFaithful.com because these are more Toonami-related interviews. But we also we have a couple more coming up. I'm not really going to say what they are because I want you guys to stay tuned. Her name is Ashley Eckstein. I apologize if I butchered that, but you can find those on our Geeky channel, which is youtube.com/geekyvideos. We have all those interviews there, and we'll be posting the rest of them there. We have 3 more that got to go up. I think actually, Chris, you'll be interested. There's one more Toonami one that I think you might actually be interested in. I'll tell you about that off the podcast. But
Jeremy Lee on it.
Oh God.
Sharon-
Anyways,
Sure, I still have a big crush on Sharon Mealy. Ladies, if you look anything like Sharon Mealy, then give
you're
me a
in.
buzz, please.
You're in.
Okay, no.
So that's what she said. Also, the one thing we also just put out a couple of interviews, or not a couple of interviews, a couple of reviews through my company, which is called Geeky Inc. Productions. Our website is geekyinc.com, Geekeeinc. .com. We just put out a review for Legend of Korra. Have you seen that, Chris, at all?
I haven't been to Toonami Faithful, and I
No. This is actually a Nickelodeon series.
Oh wait, what's it called?
It was Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, okay.
Legend of Korra is like a spin-off of that. It's like years later after Aang dies. We have that review up at geekyinc.com. We also have this High School of the Dead, Drifters of the Dead review, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to give you the link to it, Chris, when we get off the podcast, because there's a lot of boobs in this.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure
boobs.
I know you like boobs.
I'm a boob man. Guys, there are ass men and there are tits men. Best boob man. I am straight up a boob man. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't hurt to look good in a nice tight pair of pants. Not saying that you have to be skinny. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind thick. I'm a hefty guy myself. But, ladies, if you look good, and let me tell you, sometimes those fucking tight jeans, they're deceiving, and they'll make things look a lot better than they actually are. But if you look good in a pair of tight pants, that's a fucking plus. Go on, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so
Even though I'm a boob guy.
there's those reviews, and then obviously there's other reviews that we have up there as well. So like I said, geekyinc.com. You can also just go straight to YouTube to see all the videos. It's youtube.com/geekyvideos. We have a lot of reviews there. We have all the New York Comic Con content there as well. So please go there, take a look. Let me know what you think of them, because I'm trying to make this company as successful as possible. And the more of you that subscribe and like the channel and watch these videos, the more likely some company's going to come up and be like, "We want to advertise on your channel." So, that's basically it. But again, as I said, ToonamiFaithful.com. If you guys are big fans of any of those series on there, that's where you want to go. We give you the fan service for Toonami, so that's about it for me. And
okay. And actually, I got one more thing. Fallbackcomedyfest.com. That's fallback, like we're about to go fall back on the the standard daylight savings time or whatever. Fallbackcomedyfest.com. It's October 24th through the 26th and November 1st through the 3rd. It's hosted, if you're here in Rochester, who knows, maybe if I get a date, maybe I'll bring a girl to one of those shows. Or maybe I could bring a girl to all 5 of the shows. So it's 50 acts, 20 shows, 5 nights, 1 stage. You can find all the information on fallbackcomedyfest.com. Run at the space by Mr. Law Torello, and he's a member of a couple of improv groups, but he's one of the groups he's a member of is this group called Monstrosity, and there's 11 members, and I'm hoping I've been messing around on After Effects. It's a program that lets you make funky videos and stuff like that, and I had made an intro for his improv team, so it's pretty cool. I mean, it's only 30 seconds, but it's pretty jam-packed. I put a lot of fucking work into it. I edited the music. Who knows? Maybe if you go to the Fallback Comedy Fest, you can see my intro for Monstrosity, and that'll be awesome. Like if I go on a date and say, "Hey, you see that video? I made it."
So you want to give me some action later? Thanks.
Yeah. I know a bunch of the improvers there also. So hey,
Is there going to be like any big comedians there too, or no?
Not no one that's like known, but I mean these honestly, because like I went to a show last week. Well, actually, our last episode when I got sick and too much fucking Chinese rice, but that was after the show.
About that.
The people. Some of these people fucking deserve to be famous. They really, it's a shame that like they're not famous, or who knows, maybe you could see them now before they become fucking household names. Because some of these people are genuinely funny, and actually some of these people are like they're good looking people. Like they kind of have that star quality. I mean, I could honestly say, look, I am never going to be famous, like that kind of famous. Like I could be a director famous, like I'm a behind the scenes kind of guy. I could write and I could direct, but I'm never going to be a star of a show. But some of these people are good looking people that are funny also. So come see them now before they get famous. You know what I'm saying? You can, like, if one day you said, oh, I saw I saw Jerry Seinfeld before he was famous, or whoever. So once again, Fallback Comedy Fest, and the website is fallbackcomedyfest.com. If you're up in Rochester, Buffalo, Syracuse, or any of those girls on Plenty of Fish, come on out and stalk me. So that being said, we're going to wrap it up. We certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening and had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
Don't be a stranger.
Peace. We're out.
Bye.
Deuces.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double
it?
Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show. I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.